Hi friends. Hey, so I was reading in my Bible today and came across a really awesome story. It was really encouraging to me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It's about Peter. Peter had been fishing all night. He comes in that next day and Jesus is preaching on the shoreline. And when Jesus is done preaching and the people leave, he looks over and he sees Peter. And I'm assuming he sees a distraught, frustrated Peter. Because you see, Peter's been fishing all night and he's caught nothing. So he's probably feeling like a failure, he's feeling frustrated. And so Jesus looks at him and he says, Peter, get back in your boat, go out into the deep water and let down your nets. And Peter looks at him and is kind of skeptical. You see, typically back then, fishermen would fish at night because it was cooler outside, and so the fish would rise to the top of the water, whereas during the day the water's warm, so the fish go really deep. In order to fish, they would throw out these huge heavy nets that had like a weight on the bottom of them, and they would drag along the side of the boat. And so it would normally take like 2 people or maybe even 2 boats to pull these nets out. And so that is the way they'd always fished before. And here, Jesus is telling him, I want you to go out in the middle of the day by yourself, just get in the boat right now, go out there and throw your net over the side and fish deep. Peter is like, I don't know how that's going to work, and oh, FYI, I don't know if you heard me, but I've been out there all night fishing. But he says to him, if you tell me to do it, I'll do it. And so Peter goes out in his boat, and he does what Jesus says. He lets down his net deep to fish. And sure enough, y'all, he fills up that net full of fish to the point where he's hollering for his buddies to come help him. They come in with another boat, and both of the boats fill up with fish. I think this is an incredible story, one, about the provision that God's provision in our life. When we follow His direction, sometimes even when it doesn't make sense, but when we follow His direction, how He provides for us in miraculous ways. But also, secondly, I think it really applies to our Plexus business. You know, I think that many of us have gotten comfortable fishing at night. And what I mean by that is we fish on Facebook. It's nice and comfortable and safe. There are people that are swimming on the surface level. We can just really safe type in our little message, make our little Plexus post. We get some traffic, we get some ambassadors, we get some customers, and I'm not saying that you should stop doing that. But what I'm saying is if you are frustrated, if you're like Peter and you have been getting some customers and some ambassadors, but now you're out there fishing doing the same thing you've always done, and you're getting nothing, then maybe it's time that you stop, you pray about it, and you ask God for some new direction on how to go fishing. And it may be that He's going to tell you, not maybe, I'm pretty sure He's going to tell you, to get out there and fish during the day. So how do you do this? Well, I'm not saying stop posting on Facebook, continue doing that, but you need to step outside of your comfort zone. You need to pull out your list of 100 and sit down and actually make some phone calls, y'all. Like, sit down, look through your list, call your friend up and say, hey, Susie, I have something that I've been wanting to talk to you about. Do you mind if we meet for coffee or lunch someday? I'd just like to chat with you. Sure, no problem. Awesome. Share the products with her. Share why you think that she could benefit from the products, or share the business opportunity with her. Go fishing with your friends. Also, like, step outside of your typical people that you talk to. You know, I talk to my friends and my family and my Facebook peeps all the time about Plexus. But you know who I haven't talked to and I'm getting ready to change this. I live in a neighborhood of over 100 people, and I promise you, most of those people have no idea. Most of those people have no idea I'm a Plexus ambassador. They probably don't even know what Plexus is. And so here I am, I'm sitting with like this sea of fish around me, and I have not thrown my net out because it's not comfortable for me. So what I'm getting ready to do is put together a sip and see for my neighbors, and I'm going to walk door to door and I'm going to invite them to just stop by the house, try it, hear what it's done for me, and see if they're interested. I don't know how many fish I'm going to get from that, but I'm going to get a whole lot more than I would if I didn't, if I just stuck to fishing on Facebook. So today I want you to seriously consider what you've been doing pray about a way to change up how you're fishing, and then have the courage to go out there into the deep water and let down your nets, because I believe God is going to bless your efforts, and He's going to multiply that and pour out His provision on you in a way that you've never expected. So go have an awesome day. Go fishing. Love y'all. Bye. Mwah.